today I'm going to tell you about the best day but the most nerve-wracking day of my life. It all started because I was taking a class in RP. I was going to be a health unit coordinator. What that basically means is I'm a receptionist but for a hospital, but I'm trained to do things that most receptionists may not be trained in. So one day my teacher came in and she let us know about an opportunity that Kaiser Permanente was taking in entry. So I was like, wow, that's a great idea because I one day want to work for them. So I was like, okay, she's like, they're going to be holding interviews and you have to treat it as a job interview. So I was like, okay, so I signed up for the interviews and I had to prepare for it because they wanted us to take resumes and treat it as if we were going to apply for a job. So the day of the interview, my mom had already ironed my clothes the night before, and I woke up at 7 a.m. Because I had to be there at 9. And when I was getting ready, I had butterflies on my stomach. I was really, really nervous. I didn't know what to expect. It was going to be like my first interview ever. So I got there. I didn't want to be late. When I got there, we were seated in this waiting room. I was with other girls. And when we sat there, I was going over my resume and going over tips that a counselor here at Fullerton College gave me for the interview. So we were all called into the room because it was a group interview. So we sat there and we were asked questions, and one by one we had to answer the question. One of the questions that stood out to me the most was, what animal would you be and why? When it was my turn to answer, I answered I would be an eagle. Because once they set their eyes on their prey, they aren't going to let go till they catch it. That's me. When I set my goals when I set a goal, I'm not going to stop till I accomplish it. So when I sat down, I felt pretty confident about my answer. I felt more at ease. And whatever, we went through the interview, we were asked more questions, and as the interview came to an end, they asked us if we had any questions. So I was like, I remember when a counselor here told me to research about the company you were going to be applied for, because they like knowing that you took the time that you researched about them. So I was like, okay, this is my time to outshine the other girls, because the other girls were asking questions like, when are we going to know who got in, and when are we going to get called, and things like that. So I was like, those aren't really good questions to ask them, So I asked them a question about their company, and for the first time, I put them on the spot. So they kind of looked at me, and they were like surprised but delighted at the same time. So they answered my question, and after that, the interview was over. I left the room feeling pretty excited. It was my first interview. I didn't know what to expect, but I did the best I could. And then 2 days later, I got a call, and it turns out I got in. I was really happy to be interning for Kaiser. I wasn't going to get paid, but I was going to get paid with experience, and what better way to get paid. With working with a company like them, my determination paid off. Yeah.